Okay, welcome. Welcome, everyone. This is the Grandmother's Net of Light online teaching. This takes place on the first Sunday each month, where the grandmothers from around the world gather together to anchor the net of light, share and support love and light with each other and the world. These teachings are done by Sharon. Hey, welcome. Welcome, everyone. This is the Grandmother's Net of Light online teaching.
Go ahead.
So Pam Koga, myself, Harriet McDonough, are filling in today for Sharon, who is concluding the last day of the Grandmothers Gathering in Germany. She will then go on to lead the gatherings in Belgium and Wales. So our gathering here today is critically important to help support the grandmothers and the Net of Light, particularly in Germany. So Pam will describe in a moment further about how we can support this goal. But first, I'd like to introduce our panel and our wonderful grandmothers who have graciously agreed to participate with us today. First, of course, is Pam Koga, the regional coordinator. Why don't you just wave, Pam? Coordinator of the Northwest United States, North America, and Hawaii. She has a big job. Mirabai Marquardt is the co-regional coordinator of the Northeast of the Rochester Finger Lakes, along with Cheryl Tisler. Give a wave there, Cheryl. And she is also the co-regional coordinator of the Northeast. And of course, we have Stephanie Kern, who is a beacon from Southern California, who will bring great musical artistry today. I am Harriet McDonough. I'm a beacon on Long Island, New York. So Pam, if you would like to please describe the purpose of these grandmother gatherings and what we can do to support specifically today. Thanks.
All right, I'm going to read a message that Sharon sent out a couple months ago, maybe. And she said, the focus is grand union with one another, with the divine, with the ancestors of the light, and with nature, including human beings who are in the process of remembering that they too are part of nature. These gatherings will ground an important action, the grandmother said. They will anchor grand union on earth. This is the right time for this, they added, a time pregnant with divine possibilities. People will come together to more deeply anchor the net of light into the land of Europe. Many language groups, cultures, and nationalities will converge in Germany and Belgium. And from places where you will meet, rays of light will flood Europe and the world. Great light, great joy. We ask you to link your heart with the net and broadcast light into these gatherings so the greatest amount of good can be done. Simply call on the net of light and breathe in rhythmic flow with it as you think of the place where the work is being done that day. Then relax and let your own heart give and receive love from the net of light. Allow yourself to join in the flow that's swelling throughout the earth. Remember, the grandmother said, you are a generator, and as the particular generator that you are gives out love and light, it receives more of it back. Give, they said, that you too may receive union with one another, union with the divine, with the ancestors of light, and with all of nature. These gatherings will focus on union, they said, and you are part of this, so join in and share the joy. 2 more gatherings will follow these, the ones that are in Europe, and they too will focus on grand union. There'll be one in New Mexico in the United States from September 28th to October 1st, and in Wales, October 4th through 6th.
Beautiful. Thank you, Pam. So as Pam has just read to us from the grandmothers and from Sharon, the idea of grand union, that the convergence of these gatherings is so that we may continue to anchor steadily as particularly as the world keeps shifting and keeps yinging and yanging, that the steadier we stay in grand union and the particular power of these gatherings. I will now lead the net of light meditation. So if you'd like to get yourself comfortable and in a chair with your back supported or lying flat, let's take a deep breath. Inhale to the count of 4 and hold to the crown of your head for the count of 7. And exhale deeply to your toes to the count of 8. The grandmothers ask that we do this meditation often in order to extend the grace of this lighted support system to everyone and everything on earth. Take this moment now to set aside anything of worry, concerns, anxiety about the earth, about your family, about yourself. Hold now and gather up all that you truly know yourself to be and drop deep into your heart and deep into the net of light. Think to yourself, here I am. Then think of the great net of light that holds the earth. The grandmothers have said that this is the net of light that will hold the earth during these times of change, which are upon us now. Everything is shifting now. The net of light will hold the earth while the energies of yin and yang shift. The net of light is eternally steady, and it embraces, embodies, and holds everything that lives. Think of it as a great lighted fishing net that covers the earth farther than your eyes can see. The net of light covers the earth from above, from below, and permeates the earth like a great grid. It penetrates and holds and touches everything. Now go forward. Take your place on the net of light. Somewhere where 2 of these strands come together is a place that will feel just right to you. So sit down there. Let the net of light hold you. Feel it pass through your energy field and body, infusing every cell with light. It is the fabric of your being. It is the fabric of the universe. Breathe with it. You are in harmony with the net of light. You are deeply connected with the net of light. The net of light is lit by the radiance of your own heart. It is the purity of your heart. What the grandmothers call the jewel of the heart that lights the net. And the great love that flows out from the pure heart sends light along those strands that flow all over the cosmos. And as light flows from your heart to the net of light, instantly it washes back into your heart, filling your heart even more than it was before. So there's this intense and effortless giving and receiving of love and light through the strands of the net of light. This indeed is the net of light that will hold the earth during these times of change that are upon us. Think of our union together in the net of light. We are connected deeply. And think of our union with all those who work with the net of light, no matter what they call it. Some call it the web of light. Some call it the light grid. Some call it Indra's net. The scientists refer to it as the cosmic web. No matter the name, know that it is the same construct. This is the fabric of being that holds the universe in its embrace. The radiant net of light. Let it hold you now and feel what it's like to be so fully supported, to effortlessly receive everything you need, even beyond what you think. The net of light is so deeply connected to you that it sends you everything you need instantly. The grandmothers have asked that each time we meet, we cast the net of light for all beings. And this we gladly do. So right now, we think of our union with all those around the planet, working with the net of light, working with the light within their own hearts, blessing all beings. We think of sacred and holy places upon our planet that are constantly charging the atmosphere with light. And we think of the great beings, the great saints, sages, avatars, who gladly give their lives in service. We think of the ancestors of the light, those who are no longer here in physical form, but whose love goes on, and who wish also to help and serve and bless. And together in light, we cast the net of light to the human family, asking that wherever there is suffering, prejudice, depression and deprivation and strife, fear, grief, anger, that the net of light penetrate more deeply. That every man, woman, and child receive what they most need. We cast the net of light to our ancestors, maternal and paternal lines, and the ancestors of the land where we live. We cast the net of light to soak into the land in Germany, Belgium, and Wales, anchoring and filling them with light to help their people reclaim a deep natural reverence and connection and bond with earth and the spirits of the earth. On this last day of the grandmother's gathering in Germany, we stand steady in the grand union. With all the gatherings from Westerbeek through to the Ghost Ranch, the grandmothers and the net of light broadcast that steady connection through the net of light throughout the world. We hold steady the net of light through the jewels of our hearts. We cast to Native North Americans, the First Nation peoples of the New World, the Aborigines of Australia, Sami from Northern Europe, Siberians and Africans, and all people from wherever the old ways of connection to the earth are revered. We cast the net of light to the leaders of this world, asking that they drop deep into their hearts, into the net of light, and lead with love, honor, compassion, and understanding for the highest good and highest healing of all people on earth, all animals, and Mother Earth, especially in Russia and the Ukraine. We cast to the troubled areas in the world struggling with natural and man-made disasters, that they receive what they most need in the net of light. We cast to the brave nurses, doctors, medical support staff, and hospitals, and all unsung heroes throughout the world, the essential workers. And to those still suffering from COVID-19, other diseases and viruses, their families and caretakers. We cast to all those who feel alone, alienated, and abandoned, such as the children in the orphanages, elderly in the nursing homes, prisoners in the prisons, animals in shelters, and those in hospice, and all refugees. Letting them know they are deeply connected in love and light in the net of light. And we support and hold steady for them as well. We cast to those who have lived in the past and to those yet to be born that all may be held forever and always within this embrace of love and light. We cast to the animal kingdom, asking that every animal receive what they most need. We cast to the plant kingdom, to the tree kingdom and the mother trees that nurture us all, to the mineral kingdom, to the rivers and oceans and marine life of the world. We cast to the spirits of nature, elementals, and the elements of ether, air, fire, water, and earth, to receive what they need to balance, and that they accept our apology for our past ignorance, that they be held in loving embrace in the net of light. We bless and give thanks and salute each element. Ether, the space within us and around us. Air, the air that we breathe deep into our lungs and the element of movement. Fire, the life fire in our hearts, the element of transformation and transmutation. Water, that flows in our veins and blood and all that flows. Earth, the matter of our body and the element of all matter. We cast to everything that lives, asking that blessings flow forth everywhere. And together we ask, may everyone in all the worlds be happy. May everyone in all the worlds be happy. May everyone in all the worlds be happy. Peace, peace, peace.
Sing we together, now and forever. Sing of the one love, one heart, loving and serving. Open our hearts now, open our hearts. Sing we together, now and forever. Sing of the one heart, loving and serving. Open our hearts now, open our hearts. Sing we together, now and forever. Sing of the one love, one heart, loving and serving. Open our hearts now, open our hearts now.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. That was beautiful. I hope everybody sang along. All right, so let's spend a little time with our panel. And we have really quite a simple, but could be a very in-depth kind of question. And I'd like everyone who is joining us on this call to review this question I'm about to ask our panel for yourself. So the question is, how does working with the net of light affect your life in a practical way and in a personal way? So we'll take a couple of minutes with that. Why don't we start with Stephanie?
Wow. To say that the net of light and the work that we do has changed my life is an understatement. It filled in a lot of the gaps that I was missing in what I was already doing. It gives me a daily practice, not just one time in the morning, but something I think about every day in a lot of different moments when I'm doing different things, when I'm saying prayers with my support group, I think of the net of light. When I'm sitting with my cat in the morning, enjoying nature and the breeze and the sunlight and the creatures around me, I think of the net of light. And I'm sending that energy out. When I'm driving and singing, I'm thinking of the net of light and sending it out. It underlies everything that I'm doing, and I've given the grandmothers permission 100% of the time to work through me, whether I'm thinking about it or not, aware about it or not. And just envisioning this kind of work that we're doing right now, that they're doing in Germany, that's coming up and that we've done in the past, of seeing that sending out ripples forever and ever. Yeah, practical, personal, every day, every moment.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Stephanie. Wow, it feels like it's a walking meditation for you. It's just there and constant. I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's check in with Mirabai.
I love what you said, Stephanie, because I was thinking, well, they're really, the practical and personal, they're just so interwoven in my life. I will say that for me, one of the greatest gifts that the grandmothers and working with the grandmothers has given me is being able to embody the concept of being versus doing. I'm a doer. I've got a lot of young energy, and I'm still doing a lot. And sometimes just sitting out in the garden or playing with my dogs or playing music, I just have this deep knowing that the net of light is working through me. It just is. And I don't have to be doing anything in particular, but I can feel this very deep love from the grandmothers and knowing that it expresses through me. I think that's why they call us beacons. Because we radiate when we do this work. I mean, this is my personal experience. When I do this work, I can feel it seeping out of my pores. And I'm very grateful for that. So thank you. I'm complete.
Wow, Cheryl, that's beautiful. I can imagine that as you walk into any space, any room, building, anywhere, that, as you described it, that vibrational field around you that's supported by the grandmothers in the net of light is so positively affecting anyone you just physically come near.
Yeah, that's what we all do.
Beautiful. Cheryl.
Yeah, as I was thinking about this, since about 2018 or so, I've been working with the grandmothers, and I had so much fear or anxiety about what was happening. And once I've connected and worked with them, that fear has been calmed, and that's allowed me to let the grandmothers flow through me, and it actually affects and touches everybody I work with. So whether it's at work or at home or with friends, it just pours through. And when I wake up, I think about the grandmothers, put out prayers and thoughts, and for anyone that I'm thinking about through the net of light, whether I'm in nature or somewhere. I'll even feel like a tingle when I like goose flesh when something about the grandmothers is coming through me. So I feel it, see it, and feel connected, and giving. Sorry about that. Giving to all through just letting it be and having that hope. Thank you.
That is so beautiful. That is so inspirational. Thank you for that. Thank you. And Pam.
Yes. I would do ditto on what everyone else has said. But for me too, it's a practical tool to use in my personal life, right? If I'm, driving around and I can see some road rage happening, or, someone being nice to someone else, it's just a wonderful tool that I can send out and feel that I'm doing good in the world without doing anything, right? So, whether I'm, as you said, whether I'm out in nature, I can send to the trees that I'm passing and feel a connection with them, even though I'm not sitting under them, which is where I would like to be. But yeah, it's just a wonderful tool that enhances my life in so many levels and so many ways. I'm just so grateful to have that. And to have that connection with the grandmothers. I'm grateful every moment of every day.
Beautiful. We're grateful for you. Living in the New York City area, there's lots of opportunity to be startled by things that happen. And I found that my prayer was how to help humanity, the planet, and myself to be steady, to be at peace, to be calm, and stay off social media and stay away from the news. And it's whenever there is a bit of a something that happens that makes me a little afraid or a little taken aback by activities that are taking place in the tri-state area down here. I am always calmed immediately when I think they're the grandmothers and the net of light. So now anytime there is any trigger of fear in me, that is the cue to set the net. And I go, great, I'm going to use any trigger as the the cue to set up the net of light and to sit in the 2 strands that feel good at that moment and right for me. And it's set again. Everything is in order again. I should say in order in me, because it's already in order in the net of light holding the cosmos. And every time I read through the net of light, hi Kitty, every time I read through the net of light meditation, every single sentence is a new phrase to me again. It's always new. I can't believe it. It just always is a new reminder in a new part of my heart and soul, and more importantly, ego mind. So as you've all described, the personal and the practical come together. I think that that's when I'm really knowing that I'm bonded and connected in it, when it is practical and it's personal. Yeah. Wow, that was great, ladies. Thank you so much.
And Harriet, I just would like to say thank you, because your dedication to leading the Wednesday meditation, as you have done for probably several years now, is just, even if I'm unable to attend, I am grounded knowing this is happening right now. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I have to say it's a little selfish, because I get on there and I go, phew, no matter what, I'm going to ground. Whether anyone shows up or not, we're doing it. But thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. All right. So Stephanie, I think it's time for another song. Can you announce to us what the song will be? And we'll all mute ourselves and join you.
It's We Are the Rising Sun, and we're going to sing it through 3 times.
Just for our just for our listeners, I just want everyone to know that these lyrics can be found on the netoflight.org. So.
We are the rising sun, we are the change, we are the ones we have been waiting for, and we are rising. We are the setting sun, we are the change, we are the ancestors of tomorrow, and we remember. We are the rising sun, we are the change, we are the ones we have been waiting for, and we are rising. We are the setting sun, we are the change, we are the ancestors of tomorrow, and we remember. We are the rising sun, we are the change, we are the ones we have been waiting for, and we are rising. We are the setting sun, we are the change, we are the ancestors of tomorrow, and we remember.
Beautiful, fabulous. What a gorgeous voice you have. Thank you so much. And now we have a special reading from Mirabai and Cheryl that they will do together. So if you ladies would like to announce from which book and what you're reading. from the Grandmothers Speak books.
We will be reading today from book 4, Return of the Mother, Return to Love. And I'll just say that one thing that Cheryl has been telling people, and I really agree with this, is that this book of all the books has a greater sense of urgency. And every book is so very timely. You can open up and read anything anywhere, which I do. I'll just pick a page. This book is really going deeper. So we thought what we would do would be, I would start the section with Sharon's shares, and then Cheryl will read what the bold, or the bold is in the gold. She's going to read the gold. She's going to read what the grandmothers say, and then I'll finish off with Sharon's reflection. So this is starts on page 111, and the title of this section is called The Big Lift. The next time I went to the grandmothers, as soon as I started talking, I felt a warm feeling in the center of my body. And with the warmth came a sense of happy expansion. Then, as I relaxed and allowed myself to widen into it, I noticed that someone or something was present, and was flooding me with light. Pink, gold, blue, and white lights were dancing in the air before me. They were weaving patterns in the air, and the patterns they were making were what was lifting me up. Whoever or whatever this energy was, it began to wrap me in these lovely colors. As upward and upward I rose, and when at last I got over my surprise at what was happening to me, I looked around and saw that I wasn't alone. Everyone I knew was rising along with me. We were all part of this upward movement. Then the grandmothers spoke.
At this time, while the energy of Earth is changing, those of you who stay connected to the source will sense a lifting like this. You'll experience a rising and an expansion. And as you lift up, you'll draw thousands with you. Staying connected to the source during these difficult times you're living in will create a higher and higher vibration for you. And this vibration will form an updraft, one that's able to lift huge amounts of energy. Wherever there is high energy like this, the updraft it creates causes elevation. At this time, many people have made a commitment to keep themselves tuned to the divine, no matter what. More and more of you doing this now, and the decision you've made is enabling you to hold your vibration high. Here's how it works. Everything is energy. You are energy. We are energy. Everyone is energy. And when people call on us or any form of the divine, energetically, they automatically connect to the net of light that supports life everywhere. Because the net of light is what it is, it lifts those who call on it, and at the same time, lifts everyone with whom they're linked. It's the love. And this happens automatically. Your connection to the source allows those who are linked with you to benefit from the source. This divine connection is potent, and the growing reach of the net of light is now enabling hordes of people to lift up. animals too. All forms of energy are rising now, rising together and expanding. Do you see how important it is for you to stay connected to the source of light? This upward motion we're talking about includes low frequency energy as well as high frequency energy. What you think of as low or negative energy is also rising, surfacing from the depths. And as this heavy energy comes to the surface, you often see violence, hate, and fear popping up all over the world. But don't worry about that. Even these difficult forms of energy will be affected by the updraft. It's true that these energies are rising from a lower place, but like everything else, they too are rising.
As I gazed at the grandmothers, I felt so much gratitude for them. Grateful to them for helping us understand why our world is in such a mess, and grateful to know how we can help. Staying tuned is the key, I muttered to myself, staying tuned to the source. And as I thought about this, again, I felt the warmth inside me, something greater than myself, something greater than my small self, moving me upward, lifting me, lifting others, lifting everything. Nothing is a mistake, I whispered to myself. Nothing is wasted. And each good thought, each happy moment, every bit of loving service, all of it contributes to this elevation that I'm seeing now. Energy is rising all over the globe. Of course, only a few of us are aware of it yet, I said. And though we'll probably never see it reported in the news, this inexorable upward movement is taking place, present everywhere, at every moment. The big lift.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is the perfect reading for the Grand Union. That is the perfect reading for this very moment. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. You are definitely going to have to take that on the road.
All right. Yeah, Cheryl picked it out and she read it to me when we were traveling together, and I said, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I felt
So,
those goosebumps
go-
the whole time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. How
Yeah.
is that for you, Stephanie?
I just went on another trip. And the visualization of seeing everything lifting with us is absolutely amazing, beautiful, wonderful, fabulous. It was great. Thank you.
How about you, Pam?
Same. I love the part where it's just everything that we do, every smile, every feeling of joy, that all helps lift. So, every time you smile at someone that you don't need to smile, you don't know them, all of that is working to help lift. It's just, yeah. Wow. What else can I say? It is a perfect reading. Thank you guys so much.
I was particularly impacted by the discussion of even the lower energies, the lower vibrations. It's like they can't even help themselves. They too will rise. It won't ever look necessarily as we would wish, but there's something very hopeful and assuring to know that this big lift affects all. It's like what they say about the harbor. When the water comes into the harbor, all boats rise. We're all rising at the level we can. And I think there's a deep respect for everyone rising to the level that they best can for the consciousness they have. And I think that just gives us a touch more responsibility, honestly. Yeah. Wow, ladies, that was spectacular. That was really powerful. Unless there's any other remark that anyone would like to add, I think we can move to closing. What about you, Pam? Can we?
I think that's good. Thank you. I want to thank
Okay.
everyone.
Yes. So, yes, thank you, Pam and Mirabai and Cheryl and Stephanie, and to all who have joined this call today for helping to anchor this grand union that we are doing for Sharon, for the European grandmothers and the gatherings, for Germany in particular today, and for the Net of Light, truly understanding why and how it supports all of us and the cosmos. There are wonderful grandmother and Net of Light in-person Zoom meetings and meditations of the Net of Light and Net of Light calls throughout the US and the world. Please go to netoflight.org for more information about all of that. And I'd like to close with this Iroquois prayer to Mother Earth. We return thanks to our mother, the earth, which sustains us. We return thanks to the rivers and streams, which supply us with water. We return thanks to all herbs, which furnish medicines for the cure of our diseases. We return thanks to the moon and stars, which have given us their light when the sun was gone. We return thanks to the sun that has looked upon the earth with a beneficial eye. Lastly, we return thanks to the Great Spirit, in whom is embodied all goodness and who directs all things for the good of her children.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.